What's good, family, and welcome to Enjoy the Journey. I am your host, Devontae Lamont, and today I have with me the Jimez Alexander, who is an educator, an actor, a writer, and puppeteer, and he is here to share his journey with us. What's good, bro? How you doing?
Good to see you.
Always good to see you. How's your day been going, bro?
Oh man, blessed.
Good.
Just very happy. Right side of the dirt.
I'm glad that you're here. So tell us, Jimez, like, where you from? Like, how did you get into acting? Like, what was childhood like? Like, lead us through that journey of how you got to acting.
That whole journey. Wow. Oh
Lead us
man.
through the journey.
How much time do we have?
We got.
I'll give you some cliff notes.
Yeah.
Really, I didn't choose the game. The game chose me in a weird way. I was born in a small town, I think, called Redmond, Washington.
Washington State?
Washington State. Yeah, just north of Seattle. That's where I was born, but I was raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. So
Wow.
moved there when I was 2, went back and forth a little bit, but yeah, grew up from the age 8 till adulthood in New Orleans, Louisiana.
So wait, you from 8 to adulthood, you live in New Orleans?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
East original, man.
Okay, so I've only been to New Orleans once, but how was it actually living in New Orleans?
Oh man, amazing. Amazing on one side as far as it introduced me to so much culture. And that's what I love about that age of adolescence is because you're absorbing so much without it being hammered into you. But my family was all around there, but there was definitely their challenges, especially socially, because you're growing up and coming from a northern state and then down to where's wine was him. And it's like, I'm just saying tubular, dude. There was definitely I did not know, but God was designing my inner working at that time. He's like, Jimez, I have a path for you in which you're not gonna fit in, and I need to get you comfortable not fitting in. And I'm gonna put you in an area where if you pretend or if you fake, you ain't gonna last long. And I'm gonna have a lot of examples around you to where I'll keep you on the straight and narrow. So that's how the path began, was really
That's incredible.
the hold of God.
One, you hit so many things right there, but I even think from hearing, learning your childhood, being from, with the 2 different locations and how you had to learn to navigate to find your individuality, that is strong because one thing that I know about Jimez Alexander, you are a very special, talented, unique person. We haven't even gotten to your acting yet. We haven't even got there, but do you think that your childhood was maybe one of the things that helped you to become an artist, or that kind of gave you those key points in acting because you were able to be or become multiple things? How does that work?
Yeah, well, I believe survival instincts is one, because I think growing up, you're gonna find 2 ways to survive. One is emotionally, and another one is physically.
Okay.
So I believe I was challenged in both for a period of time. There were times in my life where I felt extremely safe, and there were times in my life where I felt extremely vulnerable, unprotected, unsafe. And it's funny because it's in those unprotected, unsafe zones is where God's hand was. And that's where he was really taking the chisel to the sculpture at that time. And I didn't even start realizing this stuff until my late 20s, maybe.
Wow.
So until then, I'm just in the hands of the storm, So, but I believe having to, like I said, but God wouldn't let me do things that didn't work. So I had egg on my face a lot of just trying to fit in. He's like, stop, just don't. I'm creating you to be this. And then I learned quickly that I was like, okay, if I'm gonna have my feet in something, it better be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you know that acting was that thing?
I didn't know. I stumbled into it. I stumbled into it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was a visual arts person. I used to spray paint and draw and all that stuff.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and I met somebody, Dr. Lewis Campbell, and he was the professor at Belhaven University, and he asked me to audition for his theater department. He was like, Jimez, I'd like you to come. It was random, out the blue, and I was like, okay. I looked up to Tupac. So that was my guy. I was like, if he can act, I can act too. I think I was watching Gang Related or Juice or something. I was like, man, I could do that. And I did some terrible monologue from Major Payne, but he liked. He said, "How would you like if I gave you a scholarship to attend this college?" And I went from saying yes to he threw me right into Twelfth Night, which
Wow.
is a Shakespearean play. And then I went straight into Great Theater of the World, and then I booked my first Sundance film. And
Wow.
that's why I was thinking, like, okay, maybe this is for me, but I still had one foot in, one foot out, not embracing the identity as a whole.
What, as a creative, because a lot of us get in that place of one foot in, one foot out, and it could be for multiple reasons, economy, emotions, whatever. What was it for you?
That had me keep one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah,
What
but they
made me
kept
put
you,
both in?
that made you, oh, this is good.
It's a two question.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go with the second one. What was it that made you put both feet in?
All right, there were two warning signs of that. One is when I had my first child. I was 21 years old. I was a full-time puppeteer actor. I was just now finding footing, like, oh, I can make money doing this. But it wasn't enough. But I was trying to be a rapper at that time, and I had bars.
You wait a minute, you get some rap.
Oh yeah, I rap. I still do.
Give me okay, give me a bar. Bars,
What
let's
you mean?
go.
Hold on. Did you didn't see the what's it called? The third grade performance? Cause you know I write for Hip Hop Bubbly and I just wrote a rap at Drew.
I know.
It
I
was
didn't
hard.
know you did it, Drew.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I didn't know.
But yeah, but I'll get back to rapping in a second. But I was thinking that because at that time, Lil Wayne, T.I., all of these big figures were blowing up. It was in their rise, and the mixtape circuit, media. So I was like, yeah, but you got to be this, you got to be that. And my brother-in-law sat me down. He was like, Jimez, do you really want to be a rapper? And I was like, man, I just want to provide for my youngin' right now, And I'd been rapping before, but nothing was kicking off. And he was like, well, let me tell you something. Who made the most money this year in music? Period. And I was like, had to be Wayne. I had to be. He was like, nope, the Wiggles.
Wow.
And he reminded me. He was like, hey, certain people listen to rap. Certain people listen to country because I love country music too. Certain people listen to jazz, and he's like, you have a very eclectic taste. Everybody's not like you though. But guess who is? Children. Everybody has children. And at that point, I didn't even know God was going to call me in this direction yet. But that is where God hit me in the light bulb. He's like, this is your pool.
Wow.
This is where you're to sow your seed. You're not to be the popular guy of your era. You're not to be the socialite or the leader of this. You are to feed into who's going to be living after you're gone.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. Because at first it was a money thing. But as I grew and I understood that, okay, if I'm going to have a greater outreach and as God made himself known to me, it was like, yeah, this is my precious seed that I'm giving to you. And not saying that we're not all responsible for the generation comes behind us, but he was definitely like, no, this is your call. And I'm giving you my precious seed. And watching that grow and trying to find a way to use my art form was a totally different journey because I had been inspired by so much that I would never let my child watch.
Yo.
So he had to deprogram me for a
That's
long
strong.
period of time. For a long
That's strong.
period of time.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't know if that answered your question, but
definitely.
that made me hop 2 feet in when I realized one that this acting game is way bigger than what you think it is. And it's way bigger when you get your ego out of the box.
Oh my God.
You have more space in the mansion when your ego don't take up all the bedrooms.
Listen, I could go 10 different places.
Because children will humble you.
Humble yourself.
Uh-huh.
Humble yourself. But there are so many things I want to take from that. But when you mentioned now this is where God had planted you, so how did you becoming an educator happen from that?
Yeah. It came really, I was on a fast and I remember just praying because at that time, God gives and he takes away. And sometimes, hey, that's how I want to learn. There's a verse, I think in Proverbs, where he said, do not bless me with great riches that I may forget you, but do not curse me with poverty for I may steal and bring dishonor to your name.
Wow.
So I've always tried to, since I read that, I was like, God, keep me right where you need me, man. Because I got to face you at the end of this.
Yeah.
Not nobody else.
Yeah.
So in that in-between state, I was like, okay, well, I wanted to do movies. Every audition, everything I was seeing at the time did not agree with my spirit. I remember at the end of this fast, I just prayed. I was like, hey, God, this list of how I want my life to glorify you. Man, less than 2 days later, I get introduced to this thing called teaching artistry. Now, at the term, I did not know what it was, but I got to work with companies and discovered that there's a whole bandwidth of people that use the arts, that use theater, that use puppetry, music, drawing, painting to edify and help people grow, and specifically children. And so I started doing company acting. I started doing tours. I worked in old folks' homes. I worked in preschools, you know, just going everywhere, doing tours and actually getting to create programming and working with other creatives where we are not just creating it and just saying, okay, let's see what happens, but no, we're actually going there. I get to look at the audience.
Yeah.
And now feel the
Becomes
heart.
real and personal.
Exactly. And that's where I feel myself decrease and God increase. And that's where you go, because me is a mess. You know, I'm a holy mess, but a mess nonetheless. You know,
Listen.
but the moments where that space is honored, I think I talked to you about it. It's where the performer or the actor or whatever, and there's the audience, but there's a space in between that. There's just a holy space in between that, and it all depends on what you're giving out. It's what that audience may take. Now, what they take individually, that's up to God. But if you were putting good in that space. You gotta trust.
Can I say something to that? You are the one that taught me that.
Yeah.
That what you just said, we had an opportunity to work together for a project. And I remember I was going through such a transition and I was doing a speaking role that you had given me. And I remember like I felt like I am bombing. There was just so many things and I was really in my head. But what I learned from that moment, you start talking about that moment between you and the audience. It changed everything for me. I didn't realize it till after. It took me literally 3 days after because I was really down on myself, like, I missed lines, it wasn't my best, it wasn't, and I look at everything as a lesson. I said, well, Lord, where did I miss it? And that's where that came up. That space between you and the audience. And so how can you train other actors, especially with you being an educator, especially in the theater world, how do you train actors to come out of themselves to be able to perform whatever the role is and not stay here?
Right. Well, I love the way you said it. I'm just going to flip what you said. It's not coming out of yourself, it's going into yourself. And not in your head. In here. And you're just living in that space and you're trusting that what you're creating as an artist, which is between you and spirit, because acting and music, same thing. We're pulling things from the ether that we can't touch that idea. I can't touch the emotion that I want to give, you know, but I could craft that. And if I hold that within here, it's like a Care Bear. You have to do it and trust that the rest. You have to do it and trust. And like I said, you gotta take your ego out.
Ego gotta go.
It's just like praying for somebody. You know, like if I pray for you, I'm not gonna, if God just says, hey, here is how you're gonna bless this person. But if I'm gonna pray for you, after I pray for you, God gonna do it. I'm waiting for our next conversation.
It's not on me no more.
No,
wow.
I'm waiting for you to call me and tell me how it all turned out.
Surrender. Ooh, this is good. This is good. So, because you have been able to enter vast majorities and lanes in theater, as an educator in the school world, is it different from you teaching or directing in like a community theater program?
Yes.
How so?
Yes. Well, directing in like community theater or in private theater, which is because you know everything I do has a mission.
Absolutely.
With that, I'm at the grocery store. You know, I picked you because you were the best asparagus that I saw. You were fresh picked. I smelled and I was, yes, Devontae, yes, you are perfect for this. And the thing is, you didn't even know how perfect you were for it, you know. And I was sad that you left because so many of the other kids that got to see you felt you.
Mm.
And you don't get that when you're doing a grief camp or where you are working directly with people who are there to heal. But just to touch on you before I get back to it, there were young men there that you touched that you would never even know in the degree of helping them heal in
Wow.
their journey. So and there's that part. You may walk away, it's like, oh man, I did. Nah, man. Nah,
Wow.
man.
That's
Nah.
healing. I needed that.
Yeah, and that's why I try to tell you that thing because I know I'm an actor also. So sometimes
Mhm.
in the moment, I'm extremely invested. But I've learned when that thing says cut or after we take our bows, oh, it's God going to do his work. Because I know what it's like to be in your feelings while you're doing it. But when it's over, I have trained myself. I'm not going to say trained myself. I have been trained. God has trained me. He's put me in so many situations where I've been helpless. Just, I couldn't do nothing about it anyway. And he's like, watch me work. And now, a little bit older, now I'm like, I love to watch you work.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I don't do my part.
Yeah.
I love to watch you work because when you go to work, I can't take no credit for that. I cannot, but it is so great to see. So the difference, sorry, I get sidetracked.
Oh, no,
But
no,
the
no, no, no. This
difference
is helping.
in theater, I am picking great
Wow.
items, great fruit to make the salad or the dish
Mm.
or whatever it is at that time. In the educating, I am farming.
Mm.
Planting the seed. I'm watering it. I'm monitoring its progress. I'm seeing what it needs. I'm giving it pressure where it needs pressure, giving it water needs when it needs water. So that's how I look at
Farming
that.
versus shopping.
Yeah, farming versus shopping. When I'm teaching each of these children, from the day you meet me to the day I die, you are officially in a farm that I am one of the sharecroppers.
Mm.
So I'm always going to check in on every child that I ever taught. If not checking, like, oh, I'm gonna call you because there's been thousands upon thousands. But if I see you and you're working, hey, how's my fruit growing?
Yeah.
What did I put? Did that seed grow yet? And that's the thing when you're teaching, because I'm trusting what I put in my first graders last year as they grow, and especially my fifth graders as they come up the hill.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
So that's the difference between the two. One is I'm selecting, another one I'm actually growing, and I'm discovering at the same time. It's amazing.
But even
It's a blessing.
Alexander, what you don't realize is everything, and this is what I love about you because I've seen you direct shows, and I remember one show, it was a fall show. I remember you were directing, and I remember you were just saying something. It's not even about a lot of times with you, bro. The line that you impart. It's a grace that you impart. It's an empowerment that you impart into whoever you are leading, whether it's children, adults, whatever. Um, and even just now, like you sitting here telling me that, um, I was in a show that yeah, he directing all that. And I thought I did bad, y'all. I thought I did bad, and I'm crying all that. And what I'm just now realizing is that I didn't come out of myself. I was in my ego, like. But to hear that somebody was blessed by that, that's humbling, and it's going to teach me from here on out to surrender.
Right.
I didn't learn that lesson till. But I've seen you with children in particular, how you are giving them an experience. You're not just saying go right, go left. You're making them believe what you're saying,
Right.
tell the story. And I'm just letting you know that I watch you, and it's so transformative what you are doing. You change so many lives that you don't even know how many people. Why am I getting emotional? You change so many lives. I don't think you know it.
No.
And so I just want to give you your props
Thank you.
while I have this moment with you, and just say keep doing what you're doing. What are some? Oh, let's get into the Bubbly show.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. But I gotta take something back.
I'm sorry
because that's all God, man.
I'm trying not to get emotional, bro.
Yeah, man.
I feel God in this moment. That's why I try to change something. But I have to stay here for a minute because I feel led. Because I think it is so crucial to artists, whether you are actor, singer, visual arts, theater, sing, dance, whatever. We have to learn to surrender ourselves.
Yeah.
And trust that what God has given us, all we have to do is do what He's called us to do and then release the rest and let Him do the work.
Right.
I still struggle with that today. There are times I will record Enjoy the Journey and I will get in my car and boohoo like, I think I missed something. I think I called Dre, our producer, last week, and I was like, this was terrible. But then I'll get an email that says, that episode literally saved my life. Like I was about to give up. And I was done with this project, and then I saw an Enjoy the Journey video, and it's those moments that God reminds me that it's not you.
Amen.
You're just the vessel.
Exactly.
So let's stay here because I'm feeling where this is going. How did you get to this point? What were the what did you have to overcome to even get that mindset?
I had to, well, like I said, I can't say I did anything. It's been God. God has taught me his word in living ways. So I will say this when he says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. That don't mean nothing until you are trying to carry a burden that's too heavy for you, or when you're trying to walk at a pace that's not meant for you. But then when you really surrender it over to God and he lets you know, he's like, hey, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. It's because he's carrying it, man. He does the work and he doesn't outrun you, you know. And I love, like, even in your vulnerability and in mine, what did it say in the prophecy of Jesus? Said a bruised reed he would not break. That means even if you a reed is something so sensitive, and if it's bruised, it could completely cut. He said, I'm not gonna break you. I'm a good husband. I'm gonna nurture you into your strength. So when you're like, man, I'm crying in my car, he already knew that. before you did what you did, he knew Devontae was going to feel that way. But guess what? That person sent you that email. He knew that person too.
Wow.
And that's something that teaching done taught me. Because sometimes, you know, I put the students in leadership position, and it's fun to watch them. And I see them getting their heads, and me as the older director, I'm just like, I've been there, man. You're gonna be all right. Get out. And that's what God's telling you, and you're all up in your head. It's all right. Hey, the important part is really taking place right now, but this is an important part too, because I'm gonna let you know how magical you are and how important you are to me. That's where I just have to sit back, because that's how I feel when I watch you, or when I watch the people that God allows to bring. I'm like, wow, all of this magic wrapped up into these people. And when it's that, I can't have an ego. I can't lord over you when I'm looking at you as a creation of God. You know, I can't. It's not even my house. You know, I'm placed on this planet with everybody else, just like everybody else. But so how dare I deal with you as if this is my house? It's not. It's not. You are an amazing vessel unto yourself. We all are.
Wow.
And it's crazy like that, because there's so many stars in the sky. I remember I was thinking that. I was looking at so many stars in the sky, and I was like, man, there are a lot. Okay, whatever. But then when I knew that God knew every star by name. It's like, that's how insignificant you are, but yet how important you are. He's like, I'll make millions of you, but I know every hair that's on your head.
Wow.
And when I'm working in this art form, I can't say I'm like this in every area of my life, but this is a gift where God has allowed me to view into him a little bit.
Wow.
And I get to see it in y'all. And not just on the stage, it's in the rehearsal process, it's in the emails, it's in the back and forth, things that work out, things that don't work out, lunch breaks, all that. And it's like, wow. Because while we're having this conversation, God is feeding the deer. No, got me pets. I got I got a dog. I'm trying to keep him, but I'm like, wow, the amazing art and work of God is what keeps me watching.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. Now, you also are a father.
Yeah.
Oh my God. One, I love your children. Every last one.
Thank you.
What is it like doing what you do as well as raising children?
Oh, wow. Again, God, man. God, because he trusts you with the responsibility of raising these children. But yeah, he's using them children to raise you. You understand? He's using them kids to raise you in the exact way, and he knows your heart.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm grateful for all three of my babies. Zipporah, Ella, Tyson. Those are my
Oh,
babies. Those are my babies, and I love all three of them. But they're also they've been in it. They've been
yeah,
around it. Like
yeah.
I was puppeteer when my son was born, so
That's
they've
so
all been
amazing.
knowing it, but they've seen the evolution too.
Wow.
They've seen daddy when daddy was trying to
Mhm.
figure it out. They've seen daddy when I started a side business for this because hey, 3 meals a day plus snacks, man.
Come on. 3 miles.
Got the
Come
mortgage, got the
on.
gas, got everything that goes in
Listen.
between, man.
That's
But
amazing, man.
yeah.
Okay, we got to get to the Kid Boobly show.
Oh yeah, Hip Hop Bubbly.
Hip Hop Boobly. So tell us about the show.
Another blessing of God, man. Well, Hip Hop Bubbly, it's a team effort. It's a whole team effort working with Black Smoke Media. It was started maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, where I was brought in as a writer. So the idea around it had already been established. And when I got brought in as a writer, it was a blessing again, but it was a place where all of my educational theater experience were able to be put on paper and to work with a team of strong, gifted people who I believe all are divinely guided.
Wow.
So it's a hip hop show. We do nursery rhymes, we do everything, but my main thing is to teach literacy, science, engineering, math, art, as well as emotional intelligence in this show. So you'll see songs about everything about how to manage emotions to what we're gonna do on a rainy day.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to be able to have the show ongoing. And we're gonna keep on making it grow.
Can you tell the people where they can watch the show?
Oh, Hip Hop Bubbly Show. You can find it on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all the tags. We are coming to a block near you because we are moving into live performances soon.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
Bubbly's gonna be visiting the schools pretty soon. So
on.
it's gonna be
You know
fun.
what? Enjoy the journey. We get all the exclusive information here. Wow.
Yeah. Well, he's already made a few appearances in Texas, so
He made some in Texas, but not in Atlanta.
yeah. We're coming up to Atlanta soon, man.
He coming to Atlanta. Okay, so y'all need to make sure you are following the page
Yes.
because he might be coming to a school near you.
Yeah.
Period.
Kids love it. They getting their jump.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
learning is
so
fun.
amazing. It really is.
Learning is
But I think too, I think you have a grace to educate. You have a grace to make people interested in learning. Because for me, when I'm learning something, I feed off the energy of that teacher.
Right.
And your energy is always full of knowledge, always curious, always excited, always even grounded in a sense. I don't know. How do you, I'm just so enamored by you. How do you do all that you do? And I know, listen, I know you gonna tell me that God is doing it, but bro.
Pray more than sometimes, man.
Listen, let's talk about you, because I think the people need to know you are an actor. Like, he's done some films. We haven't even talked about the films that he's done, that's been a part of. I've heard several shows that you've been in, shows that you've acted in. I mean, you're teaching an elementary theater program. You put on those shows. You are doing the Boobly show. You are a puppeteer. Y'all, that's just half what the man does. And you are so humble, and I honor your humility. But Jimez, what you have to realize is that you have been called to so many arenas and spheres of influence, and all of them, I've not seen you fail in not one lane that God has put you in. All I see is there are different lanes and arenas that you are used to be a blessing, a vessel to change and produce, but you are doing life-changing work, and I need you to know that.
Thank you.
I really do, because I'm hearing you, and I hear your heart posture, but I also got to be transparent with you. You have done some amazing work, and the people who are watching Jimez Alexander, they honor that. We honor that here at Enjoy the Journey. So I want you to know that everything that you are doing is helping people, is building up strength and confidence in people. You've changed my life, and I've only known you for about a year now.
Yeah.
And so I think it's imperative that people know who you are, what you do, because we can have this conversation. Everyone's going, Jimez is so nice. No, he is running it out here in Atlanta, especially in the theater world, in the children's arena, like in the film industry. You have hit so many industries. Uh, what is it like for you when you sit back, you see all that God has done? What is that feeling?
Ooh, that feeling. That feeling is a mixture of a lot of things. Gratitude, terror. That one grips me more so as I get older.
Can I ask why?
Um, it's one, the responsibility that I'm gonna have to give a claim for, and I feel like I have to give a claim for it while I'm living at the same time. Simultaneously paying that debt of. But when I see the hand of God, it's like, I don't know how to put it, man. It's like standing on the shore of a storm and just embracing it, almost like skydiving. Jumping out and embracing that final pop. It's like, yeah. So when I look back on, it, I'm like, great. But personally, there's so much more I want to do, and that I know I'm called to do. But when I tell you, sometimes he guides your boat by a storm, and after going through so many of them, you're like, God, I know that island's great, but do you have a cruise line? Can we fly this time? I'm not looking for, but no, I really am. There's a song by a guy named Rich Mullins that stays in me, and I love men like that. Men that you don't really hear much about, but because God, he has a Hall of Fame too.
Oh yeah,
You know? And sometimes we're not gonna know. I'm pretty sure my grandma up there. You don't nobody down here know my grandmama name, but up there it will. But he has a song called "The Love of God," and in the tag line he says, "In the wild raging fury that we call the love of God," and to embrace that. That's how I feel when I see how his grace has kept me,
wow,
how his mercy has sheltered me. When I look to my left and to my right and I see how many have fallen and how many have taken daggers that I took too, but they didn't.
yeah,
The love of God, man. That's all I can see when I look back on it. And it's not that he loved anybody more than me, but nobody's gonna take away the love that I've seen him give me, because that is my fuel. That is my crux, because it's the anchor that keeps my head focused and everything else. Because yeah, it's the love of God. It's what he has for me, it's what he has for you, it's what he shows to all of us. And I can't wait till the end of the movie.
Okay. What's that song? It's a song. It's like it's about love. Love away they come. It's a Kurt Franklin song. It just came to my mind. I'm sorry. I had a moment.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about it. What's next for you?
Parables in Motion is my company that I started a while ago. Yeah, about 6 years ago. And I let it lie dormant for a second until the pandemic, but we are boosted and suited and booted. We just did 3 shows starting off the summer at a few elementary schools, and now we're going to move to World Changers Church. We'll be performing for them in July, and we're writing some new scripts called Faith Breaks. So it follows my puppet character, Mez, who's an adorable little 8-year-old that is new to this planet within himself, and he loves to learn new things. So now he's learning about nutrition, but he's also learning about faith. Like the things that he sees, the things that he hears, and the words that he say, how they affect his inner working too. Wow. So the whole show is wrapped around when Jesus said, you have to clean the inside of the bowl. Yeah, you clean the inside of the cup first, and then the outside will be clean also. So you get to see this from a child's eye. Wow. What does that look like when he doesn't have the cognitive development yet to say good, bad, this, that? No, he's gonna follow the feeling that is guiding him. And how do we guide children to the right one? Because right now they're being guided every which way. But what I know is that my God, he could cause a strong storm. Yeah, that'll blow all little sailboats in the right
yeah.
direction.
Oh yeah.
So I just hope to be a gust of wind in that.
Oh wow. You are so incredible. So one thing that we're gonna dig into um, is the encouragement part. We always here to enjoy the journey. We give some form of encouragement to our audience, to our creatives, to our entrepreneurs. If you had our final closing thought, because I don't give it, but I want you to give it because there's a grace on you right now. I don't know, there's a grace on y'all in here today. But could you give our final thought to our audience?
Final thought. My final thought to our audience is God loves you. One thing. Uh, find a quiet spot just for you and Him. And if church isn't for you, because I'm not going to lie to you, it wasn't for me. And still, me and God wrestle with it. But if you have a Bible, read it, check out some of those characters. But then I want you to go to God and say, Moses didn't have a Bible. Abraham didn't have a Bible. I seek to know you like they do. And see if God doesn't come visit you and make you a friend. And if you can hold on, it's worth it. It's really worth it. There's principles, there's things that can guide your life. But right now, I don't know who's listening to me. And I usually hate it when people say, I don't know what it is. I'd be like, ain't me, swipe. But I feel it now. This is my first time talking to a camera straight up. But I feel that if you sow sparingly, you're going to reap sparingly. And if you sow bountifully, you're going to reap bountifully. And that's not always money. That is your time. That is your gift. That is the magic that He gave you. That thing that you know that's in you, that's special, that you can't put your finger on. Start giving it out. Trusting that it's giving it out. Even if you feel that you're not perfect enough. Man, my God, I love to work with imperfect people. You hear me straight up. Look at me. Ain't nothing perfect about this here. But if I had to say one thing, man, put your hope in that thing right there. And let Him prove Himself. Let Him prove Himself. Don't test Him, but let Him prove Himself. And if you choose to test Him, He study. Okay? So you're going to pass. But find that secret place, find that closet, and watch Him show out in your life. That'll be my
Woo! Today, let me tell you something. This has been a special day for Enjoy the Journey. I believe that because of this conversation, so many people are going to be helped. They're going to be healed, and they're going to know that they are loved because they got to hear it from Jimez Alexander. So thank you for being the vessel. Thank you for coming today. Oh my God, bro. We locked in. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us here at Enjoy the Journey. We have had an amazing day, and I hope that you know that God loves you. Until next time, peace out.